Hi Capricorn, welcome to a Law of Attraction reading for June 2020. It's Raina here. Just a shout out to the person who created this, or the website, emeraldlotus.ca. I've been saying that I've seen their site. I've used other readings in the past, and I think they changed it to emeraldlotustarot.com. So in case that's the updated version. Whatever, I'm sure you could look it up if you wanted to. And so I'm just going to lay out the cards, and then I'll tell you what each position represents. And this is for all areas of life. Okay, so the first position is the vibration that you're emitting, Capricorn. Wow, this is large and in charge. Excuse me. So the King of Wands, this is fire energy, but it's very self-empowered. The King of Wands, this is kind of like the top of the heap, the royalty, the king. Wands is autonomous, confident, so not dependent on anybody else. If you're looking for love, and there's a card here that is connected to the soulmate, the Six of Cups, or the person, there's a couple of them, like the Two of Cups as well. If there's somebody even from your past that you would like to reunite with, or I guess it would be reuniting if it's from the past, but you're not desperate. With the King of Wands, you feel very powerful in your own right. So it's not somebody who's just kind of like thinking about the past and feeling like, what if I feel like I'm nobody and I need this person, or something like that. And I feel like this is exactly what they tell us we're supposed to be like. We're supposed to be like the King of Wands when we're trying to attract something or someone into our life. So to me, if you really resonate with that being how you feel right now, Capricorn, then that's a good thing. That means that you're more likely to attract something good to you. And the second position, or second card, is something that you need to be more open to receiving. And this is the Two of Cups. So this is about commitment. This can be about reuniting with someone. This can be about forgiveness, the Two of Cups. So if this is something to do with a personal relationship, and you want this relationship, you still may have some resentment. Maybe this was the one that got away, but there was something about that breakup that felt uncomfortable to you. Perhaps the other party has contacted you and you feel very successful now, and it's almost like, in some cases, like, look at me now. You left me and now I have become very successful in my own right, which is kind of, I think that this is very true if this is like a personal relationship issue, which is, of all the readings I've done so far, Capricorn, yours, ironically, is the one that seems most connected to relationships, manifestation. And maybe that is because a lot of Capricorns devote themselves to career matters or other practical matters, and then later on say, oh wow, I kind of neglected this area of life. I want a family, or I want a companion, and I thought that my career was everything, and I didn't really pay much attention to that. And now look at where I'm at. But sometimes I think that people are motivated by wanting others, whether it's a parent who was a naysayer or a person who broke up with them, to say, hey, look at me now, look at what you missed out on. And maybe that person knows that they missed out on something really good and they want to get back together with you, but you're kind of like, I don't know if I can forgive them. They, kind of kicked me to the curb when I was nobody, and now I'm a somebody, and now they want to be with me, and that's a legitimate concern. Perhaps for just in life in general, you may be a bit leery of commitment. Sometimes this can be because of another astrological influence. Even though you're a Capricorn, maybe you have Venus in either Aquarius or Sagittarius, and these are signs that are much more independent when it comes to love. They're not as eager to, commit just right off the bat. Or your moon sign could be any sign, and maybe it's Gemini and it just wants to experience a lot of variety, or it doesn't want to settle down with one emotional relationship. It feels too claustrophobic. So, there are plenty of reasons why this may be the case. Okay, now, the third card is, what will come when I'm more open to this? We have the Eight of Pentacles, and this is a card of, this is also about wealth, and this is about mastery of your skills. Now that's going to be something for me to try to figure out here. Actually, what I'm going to do, I don't always do this, but I will do it. I want to see in my book if it says anything that I can't think of. I mean, it's a card of material, they use the word material security, self-employment. So, also being a mentor. So, going back to some of those other cards, I mean, the King of Wands may be that you are feeling very confident about your skills. And maybe with the Two of Cups, this is about being able to share them with others, and that's because that's what the Eight of Pentacles connects to. And in terms of mentoring, I definitely think that Capricorn is one of those signs, because you are this sign of the elder, and the only thing that I think kind of keeps Capricorn from doing so is this idea of, what's in it for me? And if you can let go of that and just realize that anything that you want for yourself, if you're like someone who is perhaps even looking to start your own business, one of the things that they say is that when we give of ourselves, it's like we get back. But it can't be like giving to get, obviously. But maybe there are some skills that you possess that you can help others with, and that in turn, and it's not about like impressing the boss or anything like that, but just like it's really that the universe sees that you are generous. The wands are about generosity, and that will come back and bless you. And also in terms of what the Eight of Pentacles relates to in a personal relationship is that you will have a relationship that is as it is supposed to be. It's not something that is hasty. You know, the Pentacles are about the long haul. They're about things that are tangible, not flashes in the pan. The fourth position is card to represent the next step you have to take, which is a leap of faith. And it's kind of like you would say an advice type of card. And it's the Five of Pentacles. Whenever I get the Five of Pentacles, though, I'm often talking about what not to do, not as opposed to next. So in terms of the next step, it's about looking at the areas in life of lack consciousness that exist. You may feel like you're confident about your abilities, Capricorn. But if you're like thinking of going off and doing something on your own, you may worry that it's not going to be successful. Somebody can feel confident in their skills and still be afraid of kind of striking out on their own. And that makes a lot of sense. But you have to like think about what you have going on. You have so much, and Jupiter, for instance, is in your sign. So you may have a general vibe of luck. You might be quite lucky right now in general. And so everything you might touch, you know, could possibly turn to gold, you know, at least figuratively, I should say. But you have to believe in yourself. And with the Five of Pentacles, it can be too easy to focus on the glass half empty. This is a card that's connected to Mercury and Taurus. Well, Taurus is an earth sign. And, you know, I think of the late Dr. Wayne Dyer, who had a book called I'll See It When I Believe It. And that was a play on that phrase, I'll believe it when I see it. I mean, I'll see it when I believe it. I mean, which one is it? I'll see it when I believe it. I'll believe it when I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah, because it's like saying that the physical manifestation of something is where you're starting from, which is not the case at all. When you're manifesting, it all starts with your belief. It all starts with your vision. And then it goes into that material world. Okay. Okay, train. Hopefully this sounds like a commuter train. Thankfully. So it won't be too long. Okay, so the fifth position is, how can I manifest even more successfully? And we have the Six of Cups. This is a card associated with Cancer, and it represents childhood, kind of the time in life when everything is idyllic and a simpler time in life. So you could look at it as, you know, the simplifying life, not making your life so complicated so that you can focus on what really matters. Perhaps it is downsizing your life. If, let's say, you want to start a business and you don't want to have a lot of overhead, maybe you're at a phase in your life where you don't need so much stuff, or you don't need a ginormous house. And you can let go of some of those things in order to go after what you really want. This can also be looking at your life when you were a child, and what was it that really was important to you. And maybe that can remind you that this has always been a dream of yours in one form or another. And if this is a relationship, maybe you've never stopped loving somebody. And yes, you may, with the Five of Pentacles, you may believe, well, what if this happens? What if that happens? Maybe that sense of, apprehension. But if this is somebody that you've always carried a torch for, you have to like embrace the inevitability of it. And the last card is a message from your higher self, source energy, whatever you want to call it, and it is the Queen of Wands. So I got the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is different. The King of Wands is double masculine. It's like that alpha male. This has the feminine energy and the masculine, so it's balanced. And the Queen is the water and the Wands is fire. Emotion and passion. And basically what it's saying to me is that this is a time for you, Capricorn, to embrace your passion in life and what really fulfills you emotionally. Maybe you have spent years trying to get ahead, trying to become successful. And, I had mentioned in a prior video that they say that Capricorn gets younger as they get older. And I never really found out why that was. And then I finally saw some online source that said it's because Capricorn is a sign of achievement, and once the mountain goat has climbed that mountain, they can, kind of relax because they're resting on their laurels, and they can kind of like chill out because they've reached their objectives. But I would add to that, and I'd say that with the water or the queen element, that we're also talking about creativity. Actually, fire is also creative. And so embracing that and not acting like that, respecting that. Not acting like, oh, only children, paint paintings when you are a brilliant artist. And this is something that will bring joy to others. Understanding that man cannot live by bread alone. We have to have the inspiration in life. I mean, that's one of the things, it's funny that music tends to be that universal thing that really uplifts us. And this is because we need that. It's not something that is non-essential, and they're talking about essential, businesses. This is, I don't know if this is a term that's used outside of the United States, but those of you in the United States know that when we had the shutdown, they closed churches. It's like, oh no, you don't need that. And you know what? We need inspiration in life. If you're a person who wants to, let's say you want to be a life coach, Capricorn, you might be a great life coach because you would have a lot of common sense, a lot of good advice for people. And they need that. They need that inspiration. Don't talk yourself out of it. You may be like, whatever this is, if it's creative, if it's inspirational, go for it. Okay, that's what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you'd like a private reading, the link is below. Have a great month. Bye.